"Sophia, what happened to you?" asked Michelle to her friend, walking into the study. The women had been working together for 5 years and had become close friends in that time. Sophia lowered her eyes to the floor and then brushed a tear from her cheek. She hadn't dared tell her friend for days about what was going on in her family, but she couldn't keep it all to herself anymore. "My husband cheated on me," she gathered her strength and said. "It turns out he's been dating a colleague behind my back for 6 months now, and I'm the stupid one. I thought that we have a strong family," exclaimed Sophia bitterly. 6 months, wow! And what are you going to do? Are you really going to forgive him for that? Asked Michelle. "Michelle, what can I do? We've been married for 8 years. We have 2 children, and they just started school. How can I leave them without a father?" Sophia and her husband Harvey had twins. A month ago, Harvey took them to school for the first time, and he was so proud of his sons. It seemed like everything was perfect. But now, Sophia understood that there had been another woman in his mind for a long time. Sophia knew how Michelle felt about cheaters, so she didn't count on her support in this matter. Her friend had divorced her first husband for this reason. "Sophia, children aren't everything. How do you imagine your future life together? Do you think he will leave her? He'll lie and keep seeing her again and again," persisted Michelle. "He won't, I know for sure," said Sophia in a strange voice and turned away to the window. "How can you know that?" asked Michelle. "She died 3 days ago." Michelle's eyes were so rounded as to pop out of their orbits, and Sophia read the mute question in her eyes. "Michelle, of course I wouldn't do anything to her, but I feel my guilt. That day Harvey left for work and forgot his phone. I was on my way out of the house when I remembered our plans for the evening and decided to clarify whether everything was on. I called him and heard his phone ring. I thought to myself, what a klutz. I picked up his phone and something compelled me to look at the messages. They had been dating for a long time. They worked together. Apparently that's where they found each other. I read their messages and cried like a fool. I was so hurt and so offended. Finally, I texted her from his phone." "And what did you text her?" asked Michelle, frightened. "Michelle, I did a terrible thing. I had wished her to die." "Wow! But in principle it's not surprising. She deserved such a wish from you because she was sleeping with your husband," said Michelle. Sophia looked at her friend and continued, "Unfortunately, that's not all. That same day, Harvey came back from work. He was pale as chalk. I asked what happened, and he told me that his colleague had died. I began to ask questions, and I found out that his mistress had been hit by a car. It happened just an hour after my message." After saying all this, Sophia sat down and sobbed again. "And do you think it's your fault? What a nonsense. It's a coincidence. A sad accident? Yes. Strange? Yes. But it's certainly not your fault. You feel bad because your husband had been cheating on you for 6 months. Who would like that? By the way, did you tell him you know everything?" Sophia shook her head. He saw the message in the phone himself. He apologized for a long time, said he didn't understand how it all happened. He said he wasn't going to leave me and the boys, that he loved us. Michelle shook her head and asked her friend if she believed his fairy tales. Sophia nodded. She knew perfectly well that she shouldn't listen to any advice. She should think with her own head, but sharing her misfortune made her feel a little better. "He went to her funeral yesterday, and don't make that face. What could I have done? All the employees from their office were there. When he came back, I even felt sorry for him. I'm going crazy, trying to figure out what to do next. but my head is all jumbled up." Michelle came over and hugged her friend tightly. The hug made them both feel a little better. They stood like that for a while and then went into the canteen. This time they ate in silence. Each of them was thinking about something different. Sophia wondered if she was ready to forgive her husband for his mistake. Deep down, she felt that Harvey still loved her, but that was not even the most important thing for her. She knew for a fact that her sons adored their daddy. "Maybe she has bewitched him?" asked Sophia, not realizing she was saying it out loud. Such an idea had never occurred to her before, but that could be it, right? They lived soul to soul, made plans. So many good things had happened over the years. Michelle looked at her friend in surprise. "Did I say that out loud?" laughed Sophia involuntarily. "Yes, Sophia, but if you want to check, I know how. Do you remember Mrs. Romero? Well, that old woman who dresses very old-fashioned and rents an office on the 3rd floor, so she reads tarot cards. We can ask her anything you want. How do you like the idea?" Hope flashed in Sophia's eyes. She suddenly wanted to know not only about the love spell, but also about whether there was a future for her family. She pushed back her plate and said that she agreed to go right now. The women removed their plates from the table and went to the elevator. They went up to the 3rd floor and headed for Mrs. Romero's office. She had appeared here 6 months ago. Many companies of all kinds rented offices in this building. Apparently, Mrs. Romero was good at making new friends, because word spread about her quickly enough. Perhaps Sophia was one of the few women who had not yet had the time to visit her. Sophia confidently knocked on the door and then heard a coarse voice. "Come in." It was a little dark in the office. The blinds were closed. The light was off. Only a little light was let in through the window, which was open for ventilation. Mrs. Romero was sitting in her chair, leaning back. She wore a colourful dress, unaccustomed to office style. On her head she had tied a kerchief. She looked unusual, to say the least. Red lipstick on her lips, bright beads. "Mrs. Romero?" asked Sophia, looking her over. The fortune-teller nodded and invited the women in. "I was told you do fortune-telling at cards. Will you read tarot cards for me?" "You have questions, I see. All right, turn on the lights first. Lunchtime is almost over. I've been resting for a while." Michelle turned on the lights. The office began to look more familiar, all its intimidating charm gone somewhere. "Come on, sit down, honey. Tell me what happened." "I thought you were going to tell me yourself," wondered Sophia. "I'm just a fortune teller. Tell me what the problem is, and then I'll lay out the cards." Sophia decided to cheat a little. She talked about her husband's infidelity, her rival's death, but she didn't say anything about a love spell. Mrs. Romero was just shaking her head, listening to her, and then she took her tarot deck. She shuffled and laid out the cards, looking at them thoughtfully. "Oh, but it wasn't your husband's guilt," said the fortune-teller confidently. "That woman has bewitched him. I can see it for sure. The cards are telling me. And it wasn't your fault that woman died. It was written in her destiny. You had nothing to do with it." "What about my husband? Shall we be together?" Mrs. Romero opened the cards once more. Then she looked at Sophia and told her mysteriously, "Now, everything depends only on you. You see, only you can break the hex. You have to forgive your husband and love him again. To love him with all your soul. That's the only way to get all the bad stuff out of him."
"And what if I can't?" asked Sophia breathlessly.
"Then he'll die before a year has passed. I'm telling you for sure. I'm a third-generation fortune-teller. After all, I'm not going to lie to you. It's up to you to decide whether your husband will live or not. Now you know all the options you have. Make your own decision."
Sophia put $50 on Mrs. Romero's desk and left the office. "And what will you do?" asked Michelle, looking at her friend, frightened. "I don't know yet," simply replied Sophia. She thought about it all day, and when she got home, Harvey and the kids were already waiting for her. They cooked dinner together, or rather, Harvey cooked and the boys sat at the kitchen table and did their homework in their notebooks under his supervision. Seeing this picture, Sophia thought that she was not ready to deprive the children of their father, and she certainly did not want Harvey to die. When the children had gone to bed, the couple sat down and discussed everything that had happened and dotted all I's. In the end, they agreed to never mention what had happened again. Sophia promised to find the strength to forgive. Harvey swore that he would never cheat on her again. They sealed their promises in the marital bed, and in the morning they woke up refreshed, ready to go through life together. About 6 months went by, and the family's relationship improved. Sophia really forgave her husband and loved him even more. Her friend Michelle witnessed all of this, though she did not approve all this, but she understood why Sophia made this particular decision. One day, Michelle was going down in the elevator when Mrs. Romero walked in as well. "Hello, do you remember me? I came to you with a friend who was cheated on by her husband," said Michelle. "She's truly grateful to you, by the way. I can definitely see that you're a good third-generation fortune-teller. You helped her a lot." Mrs. Romero smiled.
"Oh, I am pleased to hear, but I am rather a liar in the third generation. Don't believe all this nonsense. I'm only telling you this because I'm leaving this town."
"How can that be?" wondered Michelle. "You found out all about the love spell, and Sophia didn't tell you anything."
Every other woman thinks about a spell when she finds out her husband's cheating, and 1 in 3 would believe it if someone would say it to her.
"Then why did you tell her to forgive her husband?" Michelle asked, not understanding.
"Why? Well, why ruin a good family because of a man's stupidity? They have 2 children. Let them live together. A woman's love can heal all wounds. If her husband is not a fool, he won't cheat on her anymore. Or, at least, he'll learn to hide properly."
"So he wouldn't die?" asked Michelle, shocked at how easily Mrs. Romero had deceived them.
"How could I know? He could have died. Just imagine his wife left him and the other woman died. How could he not drink himself to death? Maybe he would have died. But now everyone's alive and happy. Or would it be better if I told your friend that her husband could not be changed? And then what? She would have got upset and start eating or drinking her grief away. Either she would have become fat and nobody needed her, or she would have drank herself to hell. Do you like that option better? Besides, his mistress is dead anyway. What's the point of leaving her husband?"
"You're playing with other people's lives. Aren't you ashamed?"
"I'm not playing. I'm repairing families. So did my mother and my grandmother. Why should I be ashamed? If your Sophia wanted to leave her husband, she wouldn't have come to me. She needed an excuse to stay with him. I gave her one.
What's wrong with her now?"
"No, she and her husband have reconciled. Everything is all right with them," said Michelle quietly. "But why did you tell me everything? What should I do now? Keep quiet? Sophia wanted to keep him alive. That's why she stayed with him. If she had a choice—"
"She stayed with him because she loved him no matter what. Do you understand? One thing I can tell you for sure. If you tell your friend, you will ruin her family. She'll get all her wounds up again. Well, I have said all I want. Have a nice day."
The woman waved and left the building, and Michelle remained standing there with her mouth open. Just that day, Sophia and Harvey were celebrating their wedding anniversary. Michelle promised to come to them. A small dinner with friends had been planned, but now she wasn't sure if she should show up. She was afraid to say too much. A couple of hours later, Sophia called her friend. "Michelle, I'm calling to remind you. Will you be here?" "I will, of course," replied Michelle, though without much enthusiasm. When Michelle arrived at the party, she saw a happily married couple. Harvey looked adoringly at Sophia, and she looked fondly and lovingly at him. Their children were frolicking merrily near the set table. Seeing all this, Michelle had no desire to tell her friend what she had learned from Mrs. Romero. After all, everything between Sophia and Harvey was fine. Let it remain so, and what will happen, no one knows anyway.